Hello, my name is Bob. I'm a patient in the cardiovascular section at the Mayo Clinic. My involvement in shared decision making started following my heart event when I was told I had a life sentence versus a death sentence. Depending on how I took care of myself, how I followed directions and exercise, diet, and so on. As I processed through the heart event and into One Voice, I found that I have an obligation as a patient to share, but I also have a right to share and to question and to seek out other answers. I went to a conference that Mayo sent me to, and the speakers, it was an Institute of Family-Centered Care. The speakers were talking about patients being walking file cabinets of information about themselves. And I look at that as being accurate now. But similar to my file cabinet at home, I have to replace some of the things in it and replace that information that's outdated, that isn't appropriate, with new things relevant to innovations. And that's what I am doing. And the shared decision making gives me a structure to follow in doing it. And it helps the caregiver on the same structured path. So the shared decision making is an opportunity for us to voice our opinions, our thoughts, ask questions, and to seek out additional new information, but to come together in a collaborative way as to how we want to be treated. And to me, it's very, very meaningful. It dignifies us. It makes us an active part of the team. And the fact that the Shared Decision Making Center has tools that provide that structure is really helpful. One of the main things that I found by being involved in One Voice, certainly, but also through the shared decision-making process, is that I now am a much stronger and appropriate advocate for myself regarding my health care. And I think for patients, particularly patients my age, we are used to going along with what the professionals tell us. At this point, I still am of the belief that they are the doctors, the nurses, and I hold them in high esteem. However, I also believe that, as I said earlier, I have the right and the obligation to advocate for what I feel, because I do know a lot about myself. My cabinet, my file cabinet, is full of information, and it makes me feel that I am important, that I am included, and I think it helps bring the idea that everybody is working toward me getting better. And that's critically important in terms of just making me feel there is hope, that I have confidence that I've had my say, and whether it's the right say, at least it's been heard, and I'm acknowledged again as an important part of the team. No MD degree, but I do have my own file cabinet full of information for you. I think with the current situation with very competitive health care, the financing, etc., the involvement in patient and family-centered care and shared decision-making is part of the interwoven, I think makes Mayo a much warmer, welcoming environment. From the time someone walks in the front door to the people who are at the door, if the philosophy of patient and family-centered care, if they exhibit that, to the surgeons, to the nurses, to the PTs, whomever, if the whole philosophy is entrenched, people will come here because of the results and how they feel. When you feel welcomed, when you feel cared about, when you are part of the team, that's where you want to be. And I'm just so thankful that I became involved in One Voice. I'm very thankful that I came to Mayo to have my heart event dealt with. It's just a blessing for me.